somebody else said, oh, this is the situation now, see, you try to read, or see, you can share those information through reading, because you will have a little conversation post and continuous, because it's your time, you own your time through reading, so you can understand more the story through reading.
And however, movies in the old times, in the Asian times, movies and technology were not created yet, because they didn't have like anything. They weren't too smart enough to like make technologies and devices. Although books history is much longer, movies you could act it out. You could understand it more. You could act it out easily based on the pictures they show. But if it's in the book, if you read it in the book, you must understand a lot of things just to act it out. And sometimes you may not understand those words, but movie, sometimes they could simplify it. Moreover, like when in the movie you could, like, it's the actual story, but in the book sometimes it'll be simplified into like not so complicated or sophisticated words and actions, because movies show a lot and much more description and also and actions, so it's much easier to understand.
Okay, so besides the point of Priscilla in watching movie, so there's no like questions on it, but by chance, is overall in the situation or continuous people doing is, I can still see or looking in that someone is still love to reading. So that's why the bookstore is still open nowadays, even though there's an internet that they can use phone through watching movie, through watching through that they can understand the story. But I can say that people still choosing the the old way. So they will also do it again and again through reading it. So that's why I can say that through reading they can understand the story. They are not hesitate to do it, no matter how they are in that location, no matter how the situation is, they can still uh, um, turn down their they are still turn down whatever those things that they do. They are not feel sorry for themselves if they do reading, because through reading they have the opportunity, appreciation, and then feel awesomeness the way they read a story, the way they read a book. So they are grateful because they said that through reading they can understand the story. So it looks like an author or a director, they are prefer reading the book so that they can make a movie.
And I have to add on, I must add on, in addition, old people, like old or underage people, not underage, or maybe young people, like babies or toddlers, you don't have to teach them how to read, and then you could just show a movie to them or a video to them, and then they could understand. And also the elderly people, maybe sometimes their eyesight is not that clear, so that's why you could just show a movie to them, so they don't have to read it so uncomfortably, and they don't have to read it the words that are so small. Moreover, people mostly, and moreover, technology is much easier to use than books, because books, they're mostly made out of paper, which it could get wet. It could definitely get wet, obviously. So that's why when you spilled coffee or some water or some sodas, it will be very ugly, and also it'll look like it's been here since ancient times. And if you wonder why technology is better, is because the books easily get wet and then they could break easily. And sometimes maybe you could like switch the page too hard and then it would break. So that's why I prefer using, in my opinion, and I prefer using technology and Google or movies to watch and learn, because it's much comfortable.
Okay, so uh, uh, every last, or I feel now and then that, for example, those story about Beauty and the Beast, we all know that there is a lot of artists, different director, they make a movie of Beauty and the Beast, different people who play on it. But if we read on the book, we can see that there's a situation that, like,